What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mr. Straight Fact Show. Today, we're going to get right in on it. Donald Trump was on his plane. I don't know if it happened exactly today, but they had it on the news today. And he, along with Steve Bannon, are planning on Donald Trump having a third term. Did not Democrats, I know for damn sure, the 92% black women, the over like 80% black men told the entire world this man was a dictator, right? Authoritarian, a guy who wants to be president forever, wants to pass it down to his son and all these different things. He doesn't want another presidency run. It is his family that he wants to be the ruler of America. And because we as Americans are like so caught up in the idea that nothing can change, we're just sitting around. Black people know shit can change. We in this country have gone from being enslaved to being empowered. We know shit can change. It's just a matter of decades and time. It ain't got shit to do whether it's possible or impossible. When they put something out there, they're moving toward it. Just understand, when somebody throws something, when you throw a softball of authoritarian, I'm going to be a dictator on day one, a softball, you don't need to actually sit there and think like, oh, he's just playing. Fuck all that. There ain't no playing about doing something bad. There ain't no playing. They literally started talking about January 6th. They were tentatively throwing it out there. Oh, we're just going to come out there and march and da-da-da-da. And then they started talking about, we got to fight. We sitting there thinking like, oh, they're just going to come out and march, angrily. And here it is, lives lost. And what do? Gaslight everybody. Try to get them to believe for some reason that nothing's going to happen. That it's just going to stay the same. When in reality, it changes. They lied about all of this. Lied about it all. Good evening, Possum and Vera. Good evening. They lied about all this stuff. And now we hear this man talking about a third term. It was something that they toyed with before he became president. We might think about having a third term. And now it's a strategy. Steve Bannon is actually planning it, saying they got multiple ways to do it. Nobody spends that much time. And trust me, they've spent money. We told you guys Project 2025 was a thing. Many people did not believe us. Last minute, they came up with this 47 shit and put it on his website. Next thing you know, they start saying, this is what we're going to do. When they spent millions of dollars to write 930 something pages and you thought they weren't going to do anything with this damn book. It's insane. I'm getting tired of the mainstream media toying with it, saying like, he's just talking. No, he's not talking. Follow the fucking thing he's saying he's going to do. Get your investigative reporters on Steve Bannon's ass right now. Get your investigative reporters on Donald Trump and all the rest of them who are saying this shit right now. I don't care if you have to tell them. Figure this shit the fuck out. Quit saying that it's something he's just saying. Ain't nothing he's saying he's just saying unless he's saying it about the people. I'm going to help you. That's just saying shit. When he says he wants to do something to empower himself, he ain't saying it. He's strategizing. While you guys sit on your ass, he's strategizing. You're, maybe yes, maybe no. Fuck that. He already done said it. He means yes. When they mentioned Project 2025, it was just, maybe. Then a book came out. They strategized for years. You guys sit there and be tentatively Democrats. I'm talking to you too. There ain't no reason by this time you ain't got an antidote to Project 2025. You should have a 400-page book on how to defeat this bullshit. But no, we don't have anything from you except for these stop oligarchs rallies and shit, which is better than nothing, but it's not a strategy. Which goes to also the question I had today. If you looked at my video today, I posted earlier. Where are the loud, boisterous, powerful billionaires that are Democrats or liberals? Where the fuck are y'all at? Why aren't y'all screaming the opposite of what Elon Musk is saying? Why ain't you out there fighting that? Why don't we see you guys put millions behind these people who are out here spreading the truth to the American citizens? Why aren't these independent media places, small and large alike, getting funds? You got Elon Musk going out here putting $1 million in, giving two people $1 million each to try and win elections. And the Supreme Court is saying, hands are tied. He ain't doing nothing wrong. Buying elections is not doing something wrong. While y'all sit on y'all thumbs and you ain't sitting here giving these independent media people tens of thousands of dollars to promote, you ain't even got to give them money in their pockets. Take their content and push the shit so millions of people can see it and wake the fuck up. You aren't even doing that. You hella quiet. You hella quiet. Why the hell are you quiet? That's a question I got. You know why? I believe this is just an assumption. It's not fact. But based on what I've been watching and how you guys been moving, you've been hella quiet. You ain't got shit to say. Because why? Because I figured out what Trump them are doing. It's everything he's always done. You just got to follow his pattern. His pattern is to fuck some shit up and then come in as a savior. He fucked up with the pandemic. And then what'd he do? He went out and took the fame or glory away from the house who has the purse and put his name on the check. So dumbass people would think he gave him the money. Did it work? Fuck yeah, it did. Because he likes stupid people. And most of us don't realize how stupid we got people in this damn country. We have no idea. The average person had no idea how many millions of dumbass people live in this country that would literally think that he signed a check that the house gave them, which is our own fucking money. You paid your fucking self and you give yourself allegiance to this idiot because you paid yourself. No, you played yourself. Fucking shame. Took credit from giving you your own money back. And you sat here and voted him back in after he killed 1 million of y'all by saying this damn thing, the COVID thing, oh, it ain't nothing, you could possibly take it, while he was protecting himself with the only virus that was out there that rich people can get. We had no access to this experimental drug. He got it when he got sick. But he told the rest of y'all, I don't necessarily need it. And then you conspiracy nuts end up getting empowered. Americans that have a modicum of intellect. And I don't know, scientists, you know more than I do because I give it to the scientists. Is there any way that we can get the vaccine and let those dipshits die off? Is there any way that we can get it and let them die off? Because if they are too stupid to protect them and theirs, there's got to be a way for us, intelligent people, to save our species. Because those idiots are the ones who need to be falling off the planet. Not the regular folk who literally understand that science means something other than how it's spelled. It actually is something that needs intellect. They got an idiot that can barely speak talking about, oh, vaccines cause this and that. Where's your science study? What's your study about that? Don't have it. It's just a feeling this dipshit has. And we got dumb enough people in this country to follow an idiot that his own family won't follow. They know him to a T. They was raised with this fool. They don't trust a word he says. Thinks he's batshit crazy. They've been with this dude since he came out the womb. And your dumb ass is starting to like him because he sounds just as dumb as you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It makes no sense to me. But billionaires, why aren't you funding the independent media? I think you're in on it, to be honest. If you're not, start sending these people money so they can get this message out. If you aren't in on it, then start actually putting some out, or at least become vocal. You got Elon Musk out here running his trap all the freaking time. Don't make any sense what the fuck he's saying. But he's out here. And here's the thing about these people. As greedy as they are, think about this for a hot second. As greedy as these billionaires are, and I'm talking about all of them, but let's go with the Republican side. Okay? The ones who are more vocal about this stuff. As greedy as they are, do you think they would go batshit crazy right about now, losing billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, yet they sticking strong with this cutback shit? Going to try and cut back $2 trillion. That means everyday average folks are going to be out on the street so that they can get a tax cut. See, the Democrats, I'm going to try and hip y'all up on game. They're not just going after this tax cut shit. That's small change. That's small change what they're doing. The bigger picture, and it's historic. It's not something that I'm just making up. You can go back in history and see other countries have done this. Dictatorships have done this. Again, study history and you'll find out what Trump is doing. They're not bright people. They just look back in history and realize that America has been dumbed down on purpose so that they don't see it. See, they went after your education, so they don't want you to know about this shit. They've been going after education for decades upon decades. They haven't educated us in the schools enough. People outside the schools continue their education and become wiser about our history. The majority of us get out of school and it's a wrap. We don't know nothing else past 12th grade. And they love that because they didn't really teach you shit up until 12th grade. How to get a job even, they didn't even teach you. Some of you, you learned a trade. Most of you just learned English and math and just a little small smidgen of it that you really couldn't do anything with it to survive. They have never taught students how to survive out of school. They've only taught you how to get out of school and then search for a job with the minimal education you have. So what are they trying to do? Make you all a poor class so they can take over. It's not about this tax cut. That's what's in the face of everything. Look what Donald Trump is doing. He's destroying an economic boom we were having, right? Go back in history and see other countries, what they did when they had a boom and they was trying to turn it into a dictatorship. They start trashing everything. Tariffs are not the first. We're not the first country to do this. Russia did it. Yeah. They had oligarchs and did the same thing. Russia did the exact same thing. Parts of Africa did it back in the day. It's not the first time this has been done. Go back and look in history. Russia oligarchs. After the collapse of the USSR, insiders who helped orchestrate the chaos were able to buy massive state-owned assets at fire sale prices during privatization. Create collapse, buy cheap, own everything. This tax cut shit, that right there, you losing your jobs, all that right there, they know they can't pull that $2 trillion out of y'all. They just over here fucking with y'all, fucking with you, fucking with. They ain't that money. There ain't that much corruption going over there. There's corruption, but not $2 trillion worth. You got to understand something. We only pull in $4 trillion a year. You telling me half the government is corrupt? Half of it is no. $2 trillion. We bring in $4 trillion. We end up being borrowing over $6 trillion. So we $2 trillion in debt. You telling me that they're going to go out here and take $2 trillion out of our government and it's going to operate properly? No, it's going to crumble. That's the point. Destroy it. Why? Because they're going after the things that regulate this country so that the people are always fucked. You can't fight nothing. You can't do nothing. All the regulations will be gone. They'll have your kids with cancer and hyped up on every drug in the world because why? You won't have any recourse. No part of the government will work for you. It'll work for them. It's not just about the taxes. Look what they're destroying. Education. The fuck that's got to do with taxes? They want you dumb. Your kids will not be able to have the jobs. You know who's going to get the jobs? They're going to be pulling in white people from Africa, which they're trying to do. They're going to have billionaires come here and buy their way into this country so they can start buying up property so that they buy them from Trump because he's going to end up owning all y'all shit. That's what dictators do. If you don't see it, that's on you. But I'm putting the alarm bell out. Check history. Don't even fucking listen to me. Just check history and you'll see That's how dictatorships are born. You talking about stuff that you want? You want a life for you? Please. This is not a situation where American citizens should feel like they got their own cruise control. Do not sit back and relax and hope this shit works itself out. That's not going to happen. You got an organized tribe of people. And then you got a bunch of confused people that are divided. They're united in fucking up our country. We're divided on, are they fucking up our country? Maybe yes, maybe no. Oh, I can't stand this type of person. I can't stand trans people. I can't stand black people. I can't stand white people. I can't stand this. While you're sitting over here fucking around with all your little feelings, factually, they're over here fucking up the country in the name of trying to make the country work better for them. Ask yourself the question, why is it that Elon Musk has lost $200 billion and he's still on this team? He ain't going over there to try to mess with his money. Why is it he's still going to spend millions of dollars to win elections? Why is it he hasn't pulled out? Because there's more money on the back end than he's losing on the front end. He's going for a bigger plan. While Dems sit over here and think it's all about cutting out these jobs at $100,000, $50,000, $70,000, that ain't enough money for these people. They spend that much at fucking lunch. That don't mean shit to them. But you know what does mean something to them? Your house, your property, that means something to them. Because if they can get that away from you, then they can have it for a low rate, a low price, kick your ass out, and then shoot the prices back up. Exactly. So the Russian oligarchs did it. It happened during the Great Depression. Many of the elite cashed in during the crash because they knew the system would recover. And they had the liquidity to buy while others drowned. Donald Trump is drowning America on purpose. All these tariffs and shit like that. Ain't no economist on the fucking planet that literally believes you can tariff your way into a successful America. No, you destroy America by doing that. He's talking about doing it for every country. He literally said that on the back of his plane. Well, who said 15 countries? I'm talking about all of them. Why are these people so passive when they're asking these questions? Why aren't they saying, you know what, we got to sue him for this shit. We got to do something because this right here is treason. This man is talking about going to war with America. It's Constitution. He ain't talking about following. He's talking about saying, fuck the Constitution. Fuck America as it is. If me and you literally said, fuck America, we just going to go take what we want out of this country, you think we'd be still running for an office, or would we be behind bars in Leavenworth or some shit? And these reporters are acting like it's just a regular ass day because they never take his dumb ass serious. Tell me when's the last time that this man has talked about promoting himself? He hasn't been serious about it. He hasn't been serious about you Americans. I'm going to bring the prices down. The price of eggs is going to go down. He never follows through on anything for you. When he said he was going to do, you're going to have people go and fight for me. Oh, he sat back and watched in the White House while they was tearing everything down. If he cared about America, he wouldn't want America hurt. It ain't about America. It's about him and his ego. These people lost their lives, lost their freedom just for him. And these reporters are sitting around here saying he's talking about being a president a third time. It sounds bad. It's not going to happen. Yes, it will. Why? Because they're strategizing for it. They got more than one way to do it. You don't fuck around and spend millions of dollars fucking around figuring out you're going to do it. The things that they're doing with Project 2025, millions of dollars they've done to do this. And these people in the news, mainstream media, y'all ain't saying shit about it other than this mistake they did, which is a huge mistake, illegal, a felony, for them to be talking about military plans on an app that can be hacked. All of them should be facing some time in jail, fired easily, but they're not. Ask yourself again, I done mentioned it before, ask yourself about this app, what it's about. I showed you guys the video of his assistant Mika something. I can't remember his last name. Metacroft or something like that. Mika. He was literally saying this months before the election, that they were going to have a secret way to get these people their jobs and the information on how to operate the government behind the scenes, that it wouldn't be foiable. That is a possibly 3 felonies just saying that. What he was trying to do. Now ask yourself, why haven't Democrats been able to figure out what they've been doing? Because it's all been on signal. It would be foiable. Why can't reporters figure out what their plan is? Because it's on signal. It's not on any government documents. It's all on signal. Who strategized to write all of these? I mean, it's just a massive amount of executive orders. If you listen to that interview, Mika said they already had written those things out. It was run by Russ. So these things are already created before he even went into office. The strategy is just putting it in place, and each person is getting their playbook on signal. And where's the reporters on this? They still chatting about, oh, it's just this one thing. And now that Donald Trump done said, we ain't going to charge nobody with it. They're like passing it off like, it doesn't really make any sense. But no, go deeper. Where the hell are these investigative reporters at? Go deeper. Listen to what they said. The guy who's running it, Russ Vought, literally said there was a behind the scenes Project 2025 on tape, on camera. Where the fuck are y'all at? The man said it. The man who's running it has said it months ago. Last year he said it. The videotape is available on YouTube. How is it that independent media is on this shit and mainstream media is sitting on their fucking thumbs? You got more money, more access, more contacts that you could be on this shit and covering it and blowing some shit the fuck up. But no, you sitting on your ass being spoon-fed news stories. Nobody's working. Everybody just collecting a check, doing the bare fucking minimum. While our country is falling the fuck apart, it's your job. The First Amendment. You're supposed to be protecting America with facts. And y'all sitting on your ass just talking about shit. No investigative reporting whatsoever. And if you are, you slow as hell at getting it out because nobody knows that you're doing anything. You should be feeding us something as opposed to nothing. I put 1 and 1 together and came up with 2. How the hell you guys haven't figured that shit out yet? If they're doing stuff like they said they were going to do behind the scenes, what other app can they use that makes it so that it's not foilable for you guys to see? That deletes itself. What other app do they have? If there's more than one, then you need to check more than one. But you should be on this right now. It's insane, y'all. It's insane. The other time that it happened was during Haiti's post-crisis land grabs. After that disaster, foreign investors, local elites swooped in and bought up the land and infrastructure on the cheap, exploiting economic despair. So I got historical moments in which this has happened before. I'm not making this shit out of whole cloth. Donald Trump came in with a booming economy. Egg prices had went down. They could have went down more. Gas prices was going down. Could have went down more. He could have started implementing things to help it. But no, he told you guys and the American people that he was going to throw on tariffs before he became president. This is what he was pitching out on his stump. And black people, I know I was, and I saw many of my cohorts, content creators, screaming at the top of their lungs that this right here, and explaining to people, tariffs are going to tear down the country, not build it up. You had these dipwits out here getting interviewed by a bunch of these great interviews by liberal guys and progressive guys asking the right questions. And these 2 hat wearing dipshits were out here telling everybody, oh yeah, terrorists are going to help. It's going to help us. We're going to have better jobs. I said, how is it going to happen? And many of them got caught in their own idiocy. And as soon as they did, they were like, I'm getting away. You guys are liberals or whatever. Start calling people names because they're too stupid to recognize the truth. And when they do recognize it, it hit them in the face so hard that they're like, I'm on camera looking like a dumbass. So now I got to just call people names and bounce. These people have no idea about how to search for or gather logic. None whatsoever. They're on cruise control. They want somebody to spoon feed them. Instead of doing some homework themselves, you can tell they were the ones in class looking over, what was that? What was that? They did no research whatsoever. Straight F's, or if they had better grades, they were cheating. There's no way in hell you can tell me, grown-ass man or woman, can't figure out the simplicities of what they're doing. It's not rocket science. It's just your feelings are trumping the facts. I said it. Your feelings are trumping the facts. It is too simple to really look at this man and see his plan. It is not rocket science. He's too stupid for rocket science. What he's literally doing is gaslighting you. He's a crook by nature. Sleight of hand type of shit. He is destroying our country with tariffs. So that when we start to go down, what happens, and this is why I say this is more than them trying to get a tax cut. That right there, all of us get some of that. They don't care that much about that. They want it, but that ain't the plan. That is to cause so much havoc for American citizens that you're looking over there while they're over here robbing everything else. So what he's doing is throwing on these tariffs. He's talking about he's going to do it for every country. He didn't care that cars are going to cost more. I bet you care that cars are going to cost more. You going out and get a car that's pretty cheap and now that shit's expensive? You can't afford a car, now you got to rent them? I'm pretty sure you care about that. But he doesn't care. So how does he care about you if he ain't trying to save you money? He went from, I'm going to help you with eggs, to saying, I don't give a fuck if you got to pay for a car, more for a car. What they got to do with me? I don't care, because you're not a part of his game plan. His game plan is to break you. You too, MAGA. It's not just us. He's breaking you. He's trying to break us. Here's the thing. I'm going to let y'all know something. You racist. You can't break black people like that. You remember when the pandemic happened? A bunch of you white people went nuts. Went nuts. It was against your rights, all this stuff like that. You know, we done been in a situation in this country where our people were enslaved, had no rights. We know that in the Constitution, we got our freedom and our right to vote and things of that nature. 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. Almost every black person knows that, right? So we done been through hell. And it ain't going to be no problem when we go back to be able to fight back. You're not going through hell until now. They're going to put you through hell because you're close to us. See, they're not only going after people of color, they're going with class too. If you ain't rich, you about to be fucked. Yeah. Because they just can't get black people, Latin people, just going to try to get us all out of the country. Then what? You poor white people going to take the $8 an hour jobs? Are you going to be the ones that are going out in the field? They're going to make you the slave class now? Put your thinking caps on, poor white people. If they get rid of all these Latin people, who the hell you think going to be out there? I can tell you one fucking thing right now. Not one black person is going to be out in the field picking shit. Not one. So poor white people, y'all going to be out there. Because we ain't doing it. You can think all you want. I'd rather be dead than pick shit. And that's pretty much all black people. We ain't going back there. You're going to be the ones doing it. Racist white people. Because you're the poor ones and still racist, but not paying attention that they're fucking with you because you think it's going to hurt us. Look at us. Racist white people, take a hot second and think about something real quick. Shit's going crazy, and you see black people sitting around like this, eating popcorn, doing nothing. We're the fighters, the winners that fight against shit, put our lives on the line. We are that person. And we sitting here chilling in the midst of all this hell. Why? Because we done seen it. We done lived it. Our parents done lived it. We done heard the stories. Y'all ain't been like this. Y'all ain't built like this. While we sit and shit falls apart, y'all flipping the fuck out. You're getting your jobs taken away from you. And many are asking us to step up. Why? Why? I fight because I love people. That's why I fight. And I'm still in this fight because I don't want to see my kids go through this shit. So that's why I fight throughout this whole process. People I care about are going to be fucked over. But you racist people, you MAGA people, oh, I can't wait to see your demise. I just can't wait. Why? Because you were too stupid to see that you was fucking yourself while you was so excited about others getting fucked by people who look like you. You was on your racist colonizer tip until it turned out he went after your ass too. That's why we don't care about y'all. That's why when you get out here, I voted for Trump, and that was the end of my feelings. I don't care what else happened after I voted for Trump. Why should I care? You had every chance of listening to a liberal. You had every chance of listening to a white person in your family, because I know you got him, who was trying to warn you. You had every chance to turn on a different channel to be able to see what the hell was wrong. You chose to stay on Fox. You chose to stay on OAN. You chose to fuck up your life. So stop telling everybody about it. Just suck it up, Buttercup, and go get your ass another job. And if you're not bright, oh, I feel bad for you. Because if you don't have the education, you ever pick oranges? Because they got a lot of those jobs open right now. Because that's what's going to happen to you. Trust and believe. That's what's going to happen. I'm a little heated because I am sick of waking up every day and seeing stupid people complain about their bad decisions, but don't have a solution. Every day you wake up and you hear one of their lives destroyed when they wanted that other person, that brown person, that Latin person, that black person, that Asian person, that DEI, the person in the wheelchair. They wanted them to go through hell. They want to sit back and laugh at their worlds falling apart, and then their life start falling apart. And you know what gets me out of them? Y'all, they will literally be asked after they done said, I don't know, like Trump, because, he destroyed my life and blah, 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 blah. If you had to do it again, would you vote for him? Yeah. Say what? What did you say? What? Shut up. I don't want to hear your problems. I literally saw so many of them say they would still vote for him even though he's destroyed their lives. And they want you to feel sympathy or empathy. I'm like, you just said if you had to do it over again, you would fuck yourself over again. Because your hate for trans, for gay, bi, all that, black people, DEI, is stronger than your love for yourself. You will go through hell again as long as you may have a chance that it might not be you. That's why they're willing to throw their hat back into that bag, because they're like, if I had to do it over again, I'd do it. But in their heads, I don't think they pick me next time. It'll be somebody else. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's the only logical thing, but these people don't work on logic. Now, when I was telling y'all earlier about what they're trying to do, it's not about or just say not only about these tax cuts, it's about tearing down the economy. Okay? So when you see, and they stand to make way more than $2 million of these people each when they tear down the economy, what they're trying to do, and this is what I see based off of history, they came straight in, y'all. And the first thing they told you was what? It's going to hurt a little bit before it gets better. There ain't no such thing as hurt a little bit. They were trying to get you guys to feel like, we're going to go through some pain for a little bit. We can weather the storm. We're just trying to make America great again. We're trying to bring, and they'll give you this promise that they're going to bring back America's strength. And, we're going to bring back Buy America. We're going to bring back, we're going to start making things, going to bring some factory jobs back here. And you guys are going to, none of that shit's happening. None of it. Every country that has turned into a dictatorship promised people that same shit. They never gave it to them. They never gave it to them. That shit is just a ruse to get you guys to stop looking at the fact that they're messing you over so that when they do, you can't do nothing about it. Now, again, go back in history, look at these things. Hitler did it. Russia did it. Like I said, go back and look at these countries. If you can chat GTP it if you need to, whatever you're on, DeepSeek, I don't care what app you find. Find it, ask for the resources or sources, whatever you want to say, and it'll give you articles to find that legitimate sources to find this information out. I'm here for straight facts, and I'll tell you exactly where I'm getting this stuff from, and you can go ahead and do it. Just type that stuff into ChatGPT. Don't forget to ask for credible sources, and then you'll get all the articles and all the things that I have received. That way you can better educate yourself, and that you can even come and give me information in the comment sections and things of that nature so that we are educating each other. Iron sharpening iron. I want smart people educating me, as well as me doing my damnedest to educate others and inform others. Even if it's things you already know, I'm on the same plane with you. I ain't trying to gaslight you. When you look at what they're trying to do, it's just like any stock thing whatsoever. What do you do in stocks to make a lot of money? Not a little money, not little. You wait for the stock to crash. When it's low, you buy. Most people get broke by the time it gets low. Who has the liquidity, the assets to buy when everything done freaking crashed? Rich people. Because we don't give them so many tax cuts and tax breaks. They got hundreds of millions of dollars sitting in another country, just waiting to buy up everything that's cheap. The house you bought for $600,000, think about it. That house will be $175,000 when he keeps on crashing this economy. He's going to keep on crashing it until you feel it. See, right now, people aren't really feeling it. That's why this stuff ain't stopped. It's gotten worse. He went from just doing Canada and Mexico. Then he started talking about other countries. Now he's saying all countries. We all know tariffs are taxes. And if we tax every country and think we can make everything here, here's the farce that they want you to believe. I'm just going to give y'all this real quick. The farce they want you to believe, and I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, I'm just talking about American citizens. I want you to understand something. It sounds all good and fluff. Buy American. We're going to bring back the factories. We're going to get all the jobs. That's BS. You want to know why? Just go do the homework. In order for an industry to come or leave even, you have to prepare the country for said industry. What does that necessarily mean? Well, when we lost everything and sent everything over in NAFTA in 1994, it took almost a decade for that stuff to be completed. Little by little, factories were being built in other countries that would take anywhere from a year to 4 years to build, putting in all the technology and all the different things of that nature. They ended up being able to do that. But on the other end, like when China happened, they already had the factories over there. Chinese factories were a crap ton. We just moved our sources over there. Like what we bought the textiles and all that stuff all over there. It just left here. We moved it over there into factories. That was a lot easier to do since they were doing a lot of work anyway. Still took years to do. So for Donald Trump to tell these people and to gaslight y'all talking about we don't need nothing from nobody. We got oil here, we got wood here, we got textiles here. It's all BS. We cannot produce what America needs. And if that were the case, y'all better be prepared to pay $85 for a Big Mac. Be prepared for that. Why? Because again, that's just food. But they're going to charge you for the gas it took because we got to get it from our own country instead of getting it from other places. And our country is going to end up being out of resources. So they're going to sit there and say, oh, the gas prices got to go up. Sorry, you're going to feel the pain for a little while until you're broke. You got to understand something. Donald Trump has a pattern. Always. His pattern is fuck shit up. He comes riding in. He's the savior. That's how he did with COVID. Put his name on it. Idiots believed he was the savior. Right? He had Christian people who knew this fool has never cracked open a Bible in his life. He said 2 Corinthians in front of people who know about church. And this fool said 2 Corinthians. Right then and there, every churchgoer knew this man ain't never cracked open a Bible, nor has he listened to a pastor speak. There's no way in hell. But that's what he said. Didn't know whether he liked the Old Testament or the New Testament. I guarantee you he don't know which one is which. This man is gaslighting the hell out of people. Don't care about none of us. Never has anything good to say about anything in this country. Always everything's bad, bad, bad. I am the savior. He keeps on saying that. Only I can do it. Every dictator said that. Only I can do it. Every dictator in history literally said, only I can fix it. There is no one person fixing Jack. Even Jesus had disciples. This man is saying he's better than Jesus. Paula White out there was like praying over here and talking about he was a second coming. How sacrilegious was that? Jesus was brown. How do you coming back as a white man? It's just insane. Insane. And America's falling for it hook, line, and sinker because they don't know history. The majority of Americans don't know history, so they don't see this shit coming. And what's so sad is that there are people in leadership, Democrats, Republicans, and independents alike, that don't know history. If they know it, then they are blind on purpose. There's no way you can tell me you know history and you don't recognize exactly what this man is doing. Chuck Schumer was the first one that literally came out and really kind of gave you the idea of it was very Hitler-esque. He wouldn't say Hitler, but if you understood what he was saying when he said it and what he was saying on his little tour for his book, you understood that's what he was talking about. But I don't know why these people play games with terms. I tell it like a TI is. Bernie Mac says. I tell it like a TI is. Fuck all that dancing around in circles. He is playing Hitler's game. Every dictator in history did what he's doing. And if you can't see the pattern, you can't stop it. So if you're just sitting back and relaxing, Dems, you pretty much have already acquiesced that he is going to turn this country into a dictatorship, and you're just trying to find your way on how you're going to profit from it. Because this stop oligarchs with AOC and Bernie Sanders, that's all nice and dandy, but there ain't no strategies in this. Get people to feel good, but you ain't giving them no plans on how to stop this shit. It's all right to feel good, get everybody motivated, but you got to send them off with a plan. You can't just send them off just feeling good. Then the next day they wake up and see something in the news that destroys everything you just did. And you don't look like you have any power to stop it. Americans put you in a weak place. I get it. It wasn't your fault you lost. Everybody tried to blame it on you. No, it was Americans who decided to roll with the idiot crew. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s. It's insane to me how people have put themselves in harm's way. And they'll tell you that they're doing the right things. And you're like, for whom? You're getting fired. What was the right thing for? What was your strategy? What was your plan? He made you feel good. And so you made bad decisions. How are you going to fix it? Many of you are saying you'd vote for him again. So why are you complaining? Donald Trump's talking about putting more tariffs on to destroy our economy. And rich people are sitting in the cut waiting. They're losing money galore. You haven't heard any of these rich people come out. You ain't heard nothing about them coming out. The only people who have been speaking is Elon Musk. All the people that own Google, that own eBay, that owns all these major corporations. Mum's the word. The Democrat billionaires, mum's the word. Because they stand to benefit when it crashes. Why? Because everything will be low and they'll have enough money to buy everything back. And then Donald Trump will do what? He'll let off the tariffs. And as soon as he lets off the tariffs, everything shoots right back up. Do they make a few million? Hell no. They make a few trillion doing that shit. Because you done brought everything down. They'll buy it with their excess cash. And then all of a sudden, when it shoots up, they'll be richer. And guess what? You'll be broker. Because you won't know what stocks they plan on actually putting back into shit. Like I was telling a friend of mine earlier today, I said, look, if you want to make some coin, you need to start paying attention to all of Trump's minions who are rich and realize what they're selling and what they're buying. Because this is manufactured. This crisis is manufactured. Our economy was doing great before this fool came in. And all of this stuff was written. These executive orders was written by Russ from the very beginning. Russ Vought literally said in the video that he wrote this and it's secretive. And they're going to implement it. This is all Project 2025, his baby. Donald Trump ain't doing shit. When you talk about all, and again, they won't do anything about Signal. All they have to do is say, take Signal off everybody's phones. We won't have this problem ever again. They don't want to do that. Because that's how they're doing all their secretive shit behind everybody's back. And it's highly illegal because these are government documents that should not be deleted. This Project 2025, the minute it goes on a government, as far as like the government, we should all know what that is automatically. It should be handed over to the reporters and everything of that nature. They just fill out a FOIA and a Freedom of Information Act, and you're supposed to release it. They said literally on these tapes, we don't want it FOIAble. So they have to do a back channel. We just found out what their back channel is. Their go-to app that they're trying to make seem like it should still be there. Without that app, they can't implement their plan because none of them have it on any government system. It is only on the backup system. Democrats, you have to force that app out. Even if you like it, I don't give a force it out. Make a big issue that app has got to go. If you do, you destroy their plan or at least set it back to the point where they're going to have to use some form of email to send it to these people so they'll know their actual plan, which will make it FOIAble. If you ain't paying attention, you ain't trying to build this country. You're destroying it, just like them. 100%. So, I mean, you can look over here and see what you guys got going on, and I'm going to answer some of these questions you may have. I see I don't know if you guys are seeing me well, but my app is kind of freezing up, so I'm going to answer some of these questions if you have any. Can't fix stupid, right, Mark D? Can't. Preach, my brother, preach. Some people need to be educated about shit they voted for. Right, D West? I'm telling you. Azure America, yeah. Was it learning to love myself? She said, that's why I don't care about MAGA. I'm gonna end up putting these things up later, but yeah, my app. I'm starting to get errors on my app from YouTube. I don't know what that's about, but it's clear that it's having issues. But anyway, maybe it's my internet. I don't think so, but we'll see. But I'll keep going, and you guys will get your information. What's up, Save Wit? At no point did you think, wait, what the, he said? He just say, yeah, no doubt. Um, these people have no idea how to live without money. Or what's called new poor. We're old poor, right? I'm telling you, we are built for this. We built for this battle, and that's why we can sit back and chill. For myself, I fight. I keep moving on and be educating people, and only those who want to listen. I am not here to educate people who don't want to listen, who don't want to take, this lob. I'm lobbing it to you, and you do the rest. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep on doing the best I can, but I'm a lob. I'm gonna keep on just throwing those truth bombs at people, and you take it, or you sit on it, or you take it and run with it, or you take it, or you don't take it at all. You ignore it. But the reality is, this country is being reshaped by these powerful billionaires who are classist and racist, right? They literally are out here making everybody mad. The part of doing a dictatorship is all about division. United, we win. Divided, we fall. And the thing is that we're divided. And there's a lot of us fighting. There's a lot of us chilling. At some point, we're going to all have to fight. And even if we're fighting on different planes, black people fighting over here, and white people fighting over there, and Latin people fighting over there. As long as we all fighting for the same things, in the sense of democracy, then we're good, right? I want a whole coalition, but I understand that some people don't like other cultures and all that. But I'm just saying, even if you are hateful and you don't like other people, you better get with your people and realize they're trying to destroy you too. Start paying attention to how your life is changing. Start paying attention to how things are going up. Someone said in here that their gas went up. I think I passed that up. I think he said something like went from 2 something to 3 something. You'll see it in the comments. But someone's gas went up. You're going to realize everything is starting to go up because tariffs, even the threat of tariffs, that's the thing. Even the threat of tariffs will raise the prices. And in so doing, a lot of people are going to be hurt. So I don't know what everybody's situation is like, but I do know if you do not take heed and start researching some of these things I said about the tariff being manipulated, it's manipulating the economy, it's trying to break Americans so that they end up buying up your property. You got to understand something. These people want money and power. And the way they get more money is by breaking you and taking yours. The house you built or the homes you own, the properties you live on, things of that nature, the business properties in which you either rent out or that what they've been doing is corporations have been buying up homes out from under people. There's a reason for that. Because they know they've been paying more than what these houses are worth. There's a reason for that. No rich person buys stuff for more than what it's worth. They know this game plan. The rich people are highly aware of what Trump is doing. And I'll give you a clue as to why I know this. In the video that they had when they talked about Project 2024 or 25, rather. And in that video, they talked about the things. And I'm going to give you a little insight to it. I know it's like 9 minutes, but I'm not going to do the whole 9 minutes. But we're going to see some of it.
Two undercover reporters posing as donors are about to meet one of the key architects of Project 2025, the radical plan for Trump's second term, in a hotel suite rigged with hidden cameras.
Nice to meet you. Would you like coffee or something? I'd love coffee.
Okay, now that's Russ Vought. Now, pay attention to what I just said. These two men, or what they just said, these two men are posing as rich white men. Russ Vought, the guy who created or behind Project 2025, and Donald Trump hired him, even though he didn't think he was going to get hired because he's a polarizing figure. People don't like him. But he hired him anyway to run his plan. Now, pay attention that these two men are millionaires or billionaires in Russ Vaught's eyes. He is here to get money from rich people. Did any of you guys know Project 2025? Did they come and ask the American people, hey, you want to fund Project 2025? MAGA people, did they come and ask you to fund it by the millions? Did they ask you for any money? They held all those conferences. But see, they were there at a booth educating people at these conferences. And where do you think they got the money to be able to do this? A lot of nonprofits that millionaires and billionaires put money in to get you guys to understand that they're creating this plan for the American people. You know, the conservative MAGAs. You guys were the only ones invited to these things. No other American knew these things were actually happening. Now, these behind the scenes areas in which they got the funds to be able to infiltrate the entire public, like I said, where are the billionaires for the Democrats and the progressives? Why aren't you guys giving them money to go out there and spread the actual truth? You're just leaving it up to, Brian Taylor Cohen or whatever it is, Tyler Cohen and a bunch of other people in Midas Touch. You're leaving it up to them. Where's your millions and billions of dollars to fund the truth? To promote the truth? You guys are hella quiet while their billionaires are putting dollars behind this. You're having the regular citizen fight with their dollars, and your billions aren't supporting them. But the other end is, so while they're fighting us, you're sitting on your ass and not fighting back? Very telling. And when you see these men, you see Russ Vought talking to two millionaires and billionaires, just put it this way. Russ Vought didn't even know these guys. He thought they were millionaires and billionaires. His assistant, Mika, whatever his name was, you've seen it earlier. Mika, his assistant Mika, M-I-C-A-H. He is the one that got them this meeting, right? So, you're going to tell me that Elon Musk didn't have this meeting? A known billionaire? When they had these unknown millionaires / billionaires, Elon Musk didn't have this same meeting where he was educated on what Project 2025 was and that they needed money for them to turn this country into a white male-led country again? The shit that they were spewing, the backdoor shit they was talking about doing, information running our government in a shadow group, which is the deep state, while saying they were going to get rid of the deep state, which is our traditional government. They gaslit everybody and projected deep state into people's minds when they were the actual deep state, running a government plan behind the scenes on an app that nobody can see that deletes. If that's not the deep state, I don't know what the fuck it is. They literally had this man as you see, running around talking to billionaires, millionaires. You can't tell me that the rest of the billionaires that were sitting there at Donald Trump's inauguration did not have this same meeting. You can't tell me that didn't happen. Why are you going to leave out them but go around asking some unknown millionaires and billionaires? Makes no sense, does it? So all of these people who are millionaires and billionaires have had this meeting that they have tried to get in touch. And I say all billionaires they touch? No, I ain't saying that. But the ones that are backing this shit and being quiet, yeah, they had to know about this. It's a big cash grab. Destroy the economy, right? And you started seeing some of them selling their stocks because the economy's so bad. They're selling hundreds of millions of dollars off. That's just going overseas so it don't get touched. So when this shit goes bad, they get to come back and buy everything up for pennies on a dollar. They're manufacturing a crash here. They're talking about recession. It's manufactured recession. There's no reason for us to be going through the stuff we're going through. Everybody's been trying to figure out, why are we messing with Canada? Canada's our best friend. Why are we dealing with France and messing with them? They're our allies. Why are we trying to mess with Greenland? They're allies. They fought with us in Iraq. Oh, why are we trying to mess with? Because they're destroying this country with a bunch of BS so that they can have this huge land grab and economic boom by destroying the country. Just watch. Mark my words, as of today, March 31st, 2025, it is 6:07 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. At some point when Donald Trump lets go of all these tariffs and all this shit that's destroying our economics, they're going to let go of it, and watch. Just watch. Elon Musk will become a trillionaire. All the rest of them will become hundreds of billionaires because they're going to buy everything up because you're going to be too broke. And then Donald Trump, when he lets off, he's going to try and claim victory by saying, look what I did for you guys. I took you out of poverty. The reality is he took you there. And because he opens up a lot of our dumbass people by, look what he did for us. He helped us get back. He gave us jobs again. He's the one who destroyed your jobs, idiot. But they know this country is filled with dumbasses that as soon as they go through enough hell, anybody giving them a little lightening the weight up, they're going to feel like, oh, he helped me out. Don't believe me. He helped start the pandemic or let it grow bigger than it actually should have been. And then he gave you checks. And now you done forgot about what he did. A certain sector of this country has forgot all about it. He did January 6th. Certain sector of this country didn't care, so much so that criminals got let out on the street. Some of them committed crimes no more than 24 hours or even a week after they got released because they were criminals to begin with. Don't think it will happen. And trust me, it will. It's going to happen. Those people, those billionaires, I don't know about Democrats. I'm asking, I'm waiting for y'all to speak up. But I know these Republican Democrats, these Republican billionaires, they were in on this. That's why they're quiet. And because the Democrat billionaires are quiet, you guys are suspect. George Soros, where you at? You don't put your money behind so many things. Black Lives Matter, all these other things. Right now, as they destroy our economy, I don't hear you saying a peep. I don't hear like the biggest investors in this country that are more liberal or even in the center. I don't hear nothing. Bill Gates, where you at? Not a peep. Charles Schwab, I don't know where you stand on it, but where you at? Why ain't y'all speaking? Exactly. Because they don't care about you. They care about their pockets. If they cared about you, they'd be in on this fight. Their money would be behind all these factual things that we're putting out. All the content creators that you trust will be receiving $300,000, $400,000 ads to be able to put this stuff out there. Instead, these people are fighting, asking for donations and things of that nature to get it out. The billionaires or that say they're on our side don't appear to be on our side. So I'm asking American citizens out here, because we're Americans and we like democracy. Not only like it, we love it. If the people that own the products in which you buy, the Kenneth Coles, the Gucci's and all that, ain't speaking up when the shit is hitting the fan, why you still buying this shit? Why you still loyal to somebody who takes your money and gives it to people like Trump to destroy your life? I'm just asking. Do your research. Figure it out. Don't believe me. Just don't believe me. But I'm not here to speak lies. I speak the truth. I speak facts. And if you double check and triple check me, I applaud that. Come back, hit me up. Let me know something I didn't know. Because that's what we're here for, to search for the facts. Right? That's what we care about. We can't stand lies. We literally look at history and watch it repeat itself. So white people are confused. That's what somebody else said. I'm saying that people are confused. And I don't know about all white people. Like I said, racist white people and people who voted for Trump, they're confused about their lives. I mean, it's like, dude, you're losing your jobs too. I mean, here's the thing that gets me. It's like, how did you think? See, again, this is what Donald Trump did. What Kamala Harris did was explain to you bit by bit what she was going to do. She had an actual plan. Donald Trump had like concepts of a plan. He had a bunch of adjectives that made people feel good. He never told these people how he was going to go about doing the things that they wanted. They just believed it was going to happen. I'm like, out of what? You saw him as a president before. He didn't accomplish any of the shit he said he was going to do. He said everything was going to be 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Even now, if you ask him what's going to happen, his go-to thing is 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now. The 2 weeks are never going to arrive. 9 years ago, he said 2 weeks before they figure out another insurance or health care plan. 2 weeks. It's been 9 years. If you can't get the fact that this man done told you and promised you something for 2 years, for 10 years, and he's been saying 2 weeks for the past 10 years, there's something wrong with you. Look in the mirror. But these people who voted for him keep getting suckered by him and think they're owning us. How are you owning us when we already know the facts? We see it coming. You don't. We expect it. You don't. So when you end up losing your job, you're the one like, oh, what the hell? What happened? People have cut. And what gets me, like I said, even the Latin people, black people, all that voted for him, we told y'all he didn't care about y'all. This man tried to put 4 black men and 1 Latin man to death for a crime they didn't commit. You think he cares about Latin people and black people if he tried that? You think he stopped being racist when he's never apologized for being racist? How do you stop being a racist when you don't even say like, my bad, that's just wrong? You have no reason to change. Why would you need to change? And the misconception that people have is that a person who's racist can't work or be next to a black person. So I must not be racist. I got a best friend at work. No, you don't. You got a person at work that's black that works really well, and therefore you look at his work ethic and you kind of bypass the racism, but you wouldn't invite him over to dinner. You wouldn't invite him out to lunch. You just do the job because he knows what the hell he's doing and is probably better at it than you, and therefore you kind of tolerate him until you leave. That doesn't mean you're not racist. There are racist people married to another race. Trust me. There are white people married to black men and can't stand black people. That black man thinks he's white. And he can't stand black people. Doesn't think he's black. Clayton Bigsby all the way. Will spew some of the most hateful shit about his own people, and she likes him because he legitimately says what she cares about. Hating on the people who look like him. But she likes what he has, you know where, because she can't get it nowhere else. That shit happens so often, it's sickening. And it's not just black and white, it's all different other races too. I got a friend who's black, boyfriend was Latin. So racist, it was ridiculous. He had nothing positive to say about black people whatsoever, yet he's dating one. That shit happens all the time. So with this situation with Donald Trump, he's racist, he's sexist, xenophobic. He is a criminal. And they see that they think that this person should be empowered. It goes to things like, yo, this is for MAGA people. I got a quick question for you. You got a wife or daughter, and Trump did this stuff that he did to Eugene, right? Carol. He did that to your wife or daughter. Are you still voting for him? Because based on your logic, you are. The man who harmed your child, your baby, your wife, your loved one, you would still vote them into office if that person was running against a black person or an Indian person or a person of color. You would vote the person in that hurt your baby and your wife. That says more about you than anything else. That says so much about MAGA, because that's exactly what you did. That woman could have been your daughter, could have been your mother, could have been your sister. And instead of believing her, you believed the person who raped her, because you got a problem with women, or you got a problem with somebody being different than you. Says a lot about you. Most likely, exactly, here, Scott, Byron Donalds, all them shouldn't have let them leave. Right, Lynn? All right. So it's been a pleasure today to be able to give you the knowledge that I have for today, focusing on just the things that this country is going through. I will be putting out a couple infographics later on today, or probably early in the morning. Depends on when I get them done. I've already got them. I got them written out, but they're not designed yet. So I got to get on Photoshop and design them. And they're both on different tips, but both of them are talking about things we can do. I'm always a person who will bring up the problem, but then I also have something that we can have the solution to. Things that we got to do to kind of thwart this off, because it doesn't seem like billionaires are coming to our aid. It doesn't look like any millionaires or anything of that nature coming to our aid. It just really looks like we're on our own. And in so doing, we're going to have to do our best to be able to change it. Now, if you can be able to help, you see my list of things you can help support the show. But I'm going to put out these infographics. You don't know what infographics are? It's something that you can post on like Instagram. It's just like, or wherever you want to put it at. It's basically just facts in like a poster-like form. It's just going to be a graphic of all the things that, like I kind of said today, but bullet points, and the things that the American citizens, at the very beginning, at the very end of it, it'll tell you things that you can do as an American citizen to try and defend democracy. And you can do one of them or do all of them, whatever you may do. But here's the thing. All I ask, again, I don't care if you use me or anybody else, it's not about getting credit for everything. It is about everybody putting this out to everybody you know. The more we are informed, the more we understand what is going on, that's the only way we can be able to defeat it, or at least have a chance to defeat it. Sitting on our ass and doing nothing is not an option. If you don't believe that democracy is falling through our fingers, please go look up Dictatorship. Type in, I don't care if in Google, in ChatGPT, or whatever you use, how does a democracy fall into a dictatorship, and give you like 10 steps on how it falls. By doing that, you will see Donald Trump has ticked off many of them. One of the first things to do is to turn the media against the people against the media. Every last one of them started with fake media, because they have to get you to distrust everything out there. And what the media did that they didn't do to help mainstream media fall apart was that they didn't take it seriously. Everything he was saying, they were just blowing it off. And he just says this. He just says this. They gave him so much promotion. They played it up. They didn't realize this man was trying to turn everything into a dictatorship, that they gave him all the free press he needed to take a hold of society. That's the first thing a dictator does. He has to sow distrust in American society in order to be able to come in and be that savior that has the information. That's how he turned all these idiots into MAGA idiots. And how he got the people who had some sense to also hate the media because the media just wasn't fast enough to hold the truth. They kept getting caught in situations where it looked like they were untruthful because they weren't fast enough to catch up with the facts. They couldn't fact check enough, so they looked disoriented. And the reason why is because they gave him too long before they started calling him a liar. They let that shit float and float and float and float. They had people come in, the Republicans who were just, bulldoggish on lies. They got on mainstream media and they let these people lie their asses off on TV and did not check them. It took years before a reporter or an anchor would literally call them a liar. And I do believe one of the first ones to do it was Don Lemon. You had other ones who would just skirt around and say, oh, don't, you're just being little, come on, let's be a little serious. Let's be serious here. Like, no, stop lying here. And that's why the media became distrusted. Donald Trump knocked that domino down for dictatorship. This country is filled with all kinds of people just telling you everything under the book, but none of them really asking you to research it. The other way to be able to stop things is what we're doing. In other news media, independent media, they cover, for me personally, and we got to have different tiers. You'll notice that what I do, I don't cover everything in the news. Why? Because these things to me have to be in depth. If I just told you Donald Trump is trying to take over the government by literally tanking the economy so that rich people can get astronomically rich. If I just said that, you wouldn't know what the hell I'm talking about. You'd think I was just spewing some bullshit. And the reality is, as I go through the steps and tell you to go look it up yourself, and I read some of the actual sources, you start to understand I know what the hell I'm talking about. And then it gives you some key words to go figure it out for yourself. And then you'll find out even more than what I just told you. And you'll realize you're on a fact train with me. I'm sending you on a location to become even smarter than me or any other person. Depends on your own understanding of like wanting truth. If you don't care, then you're not going to search it. But if you want your kids and grandkids to have a better life than you need to start passing these things around, learning about them so that you can speak on them as if you're the pro. Because it's going to take more than me being on this YouTube channel with no funding. We're going to have to beat out people who have funding. That means we have to have an active crew of people literally taking these things and pushing them. Because TikTok, YouTube, and all these other ones, they're not going to push this algorithm. Because this is too factual. This right here is too much like, oh, it seems like propaganda to them. Because the fact is they're so full of Fox and OAN. Things that have no basis in fact. But those have millions of dollars behind them. They got an entire station built on lies. Fox, $787 million based off of one lie. Just one. They paid almost $1 billion for one lie they kept repeating that they knew was a lie. They spewed so many thousands of lies and got away with it. So if you can support those like myself who are giving you the facts so that we can move these things out and pay for advertising to push this stuff out so it goes beyond the 200 or 500 or how many ever people that have been in this room since I've been speaking, that's what we have to do. You got to take it serious, though, because this is not a game. Democracy is on the line. Even the Dems will say that democracy is on the line, but they don't have no plan that they've let us know about. I think they don't want us to be afraid. But here's the thing, Dems. If the shit goes down, and you come to us last minute and we can't do nothing at the last minute when you could have told us a year in advance and we could have done something, we ain't gonna like you. None whatsoever. Because you knew, just like Donald Trump knew about COVID and didn't say anything until people start dying. Dems, if you don't say anything about what we need to do, like I'm talking about, I mean, I don't care if you come out and try to discredit me. Do something. Because the moment you start to discredit me, you'll start seeing the facts for what they are. And you'll see that I'm telling more facts than you actually were looking for. Now, I don't know what your billionaire friends are going to like about that, but you got to focus on the people. And the people need to focus on the people. Because there's more of us than there are billionaires in this country. And if we get our asses beat by a small amount of people, we deserved it. We deserved it. We got 300 something million to probably like 1 million people that are millionaires and billionaires in this country. 300 to 1 million. And they're kicking our ass. It's up to you. You want to win or lose, it's up to you. I want to win. That's why you see me fight every day. And I'll keep giving you this knowledge. I'll keep busting my butt. You guys can support the show. You can actually become a subscriber or a member. I want to thank those who have became a member today. Let me see what else I got. Just saying thank you for giving 5 Straight Facts No Chaser memberships. I appreciate you. And I'll see some of you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to put it out on my TikTok, maybe YouTube. I'm going to put it out as a short maybe or photo or something like that. On my Instagram, Mr. Straight Facts as well. You can see that on this page here. You should be able to have a link on my profile for all these different social media accounts that I have. But I will be putting it out in a few hours or so, these infographics. Push them to anybody and everybody you know. Let them look at it, learn from it, do their own research, fact check it, and then if they find it to be true, which it is, but it's up to you to fact check it, then enact, work, bust your butt to get it out to everybody and their mama. The world needs to know what Donald Trump and the billionaires and his minions, what they have in store for us. You can't complain when the shit hits the fan, when I gave you the defense mechanism and you said forget it. That's all I'm saying. Don't mess around and be MAGA. Wait till the shit hit the fan before you complain. I put it out there. I'm going to put it out there in a few hours for the rest of it. And I'm going to keep talking till God calls me home, because there's no way that my family, my loved ones are going to be in a dictatorship over my dead body. If I have to fight by myself, I shall. All right? You guys have a good one. Take care of yourselves until I see you again tomorrow. I see you when I see you.